Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about a very particular map. That is none other than the map Time Park. Now, I made a video a couple months ago about Walnut Hills. I said that's the worst map in the game. I don't really agree with that nowadays. However, I got a lot of comments and I've heard a lot throughout the years that the worst map in the game is Time Park. I really do not agree with this at all. And today we're going to go into some reasons why people really do not like this map. So before we hop into the portal, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share the video for more awesome Garden Warfare 2 videos. We're so close to 20k subscribers. So this map actually has a really interesting design in my opinion. It's obviously based off the turf takeover Max Siege at time, but it's divided into 5 different rooms. Let's go into the main room. Here we are, the main room. There's a ticket booth in the middle, and there's 4 portals. One to Dino Land, one to Asia, one to Egypt, and one to Rome. Now this is pretty much the central hub where most people go. This is where people see the most problem with the map, because when you spawn in on this map, you spawn in one of these separate portals. So for example, if you spawn in Dino Land, you're going to go straight into here. If you were to spawn in Egypt, you would also go straight into here. So everyone's clumped up in this main room. Now, with certain characters, it can be really difficult because some characters have different mobility options than others. For example, peashooter soldiers can jump up here, while some other classes cannot, having a height advantage. And for some players that don't really know what they're doing, that could be really difficult to take out your opponents that have an elevated advantage. Now, I think this map has a lot more than meets the eye. So I think we should first look at Asia, because I think this is the most underrated part of the map. So obviously we take the portal into Asia, and we're taken into this pretty beautiful looking map. I believe that tree right there is called a sakura tree. It starts with an S. Correct me if I'm wrong down below. Anyway, so you could also get in here from Dino Lands and Egypt. The map, this part of the map is pretty small, and there's a little bridge in the middle, but this is actually really well designed. You could go under the bridge, there's staircases with easy access to go back up to high ground. There's great places to hide, like behind this gong, which actually makes sounds if you interact with it, which is pretty cool. But I think this part of the map really has an even advantage for both teams and all characters. Now you could make the argument that some characters can take advantage of vertical abilities and get to places like up here, which is true. But you could pretty much, the only character I could see not really being viable here is the chomper, and that's not really a valid point because pretty much every map in the game has points where the chomper doesn't really work. And even then, you could make the chomper work. You could jump up on a lot of things, you could probably warp up there. There's a lot of things you could do to be creative, but the chomper class isn't a reason to make a map bad. Let's go ahead into the Dinosaur Land. So if we walk in, we could see this terrifying zombie stegosaurus. I believe that's what the dinosaur is called. And the chompersaurus, which is also seen in Seed of Time. But anyway, this area right here in this cave is where the zombies spawn, or whatever team is on this side spawns in. So this area is pretty well designed. There's coverage, you have 2 lanes to get out. It's pretty good. Now this room actually has 3 portals. There's one to Asia, there is one to the main central hub, and there's also one to Rome. So just like the other rooms having 3 portals, I think this one is pretty balanced as well, as there's low ground over here, there's high ground, but it's not too hard to reach, as well as having easy movement options for pretty much all the cast. Chompers are good here, scientists are good here, everyone works, so I really don't understand the hatred for this map so far. Let's go into the next portal, Rome. Alright, we're in Rome. Now this is the most boring part of the map in my opinion, as it's really tiny. There's a little area over here, and there's a little Egypt, and then there's like a little statue of Zomboss in the middle. And this is kind of a letdown. This part of the map is really tiny, and it's not even, I don't even think it's a spawn point most of the time, and I don't think it really matters. I think the map would be pretty much exactly the same if this wasn't here. I'd love to see like a mini Coliseum, which you could see in the distance. And look, Centurion also makes a cameo on this part of the map. Alright, let's go into the next part of the map. This is where we spawned in Egypt. Alright, we're in Egypt. Now this one is pretty similar to Dino Land in Asia in my opinion, as it's very pretty scenery. I like the way the sand looks and the river, but there's a high ground and a low ground. Obviously this is a spawn point right here. I think it's a very balanced area of the map. There's not really an advantage. Now there is a little area up here that you could jump on, and if you're playing as like a character that could jump really high, or if you have movement tech, you could jump up here, and I could see that maybe being a problem, but you could still shut down people that are up here with goop and other stuns, gravity grenade. It's really not an issue. Now, all four of those, aside from Rome being kind of mid, all of these other ones are pretty well designed and fun, good looking maps. Now, people hate this center part of the map the most, and I could kind of understand why. If you're a new player, new players tend to just, for example, let's say they spawn in here, they go in here, they blindly rush into the middle, and they don't really look around what is fighting them. Now, with some characters, it can be less encouraging to go out, and some characters you could go, you're standing right here, you go in the portal and you get stunned. Yeah, that's annoying. That is not fun. But there is a lot of counters you can do to, you know, people in the middle of this map, and I'm going to talk about a couple of them that you could do. So for an example, in some modes this ticket booth is actually not present, and it's actually a capture base. So if everyone's clumped up right here, these are some great options you could do. There's great abilities that are good for group control, like for example the sombrero bean bomb, regular bean bomb, even the dark bean bomb. Great counters to groups. And again, do not rush in. If you play it safe from the outside border, and you just singly pick off people along with having good movement and keeping up with everyone all around you, it's not really a problem. Now, the character I'm using right now, EP, is also a fun option, but I'm not saying like it's just because I'm playing EP that the map isn't that bad. With pretty much all the characters, you could throw a stun in there, you could just think about how you move in. And I think the map is pretty underrated because of its variety. Like I said, the Rome map is kind of mid, which is fine, but the Asia is really fun for private play in particular. This area right here on the bridge is really fun for 1v1s. Each person can start on the other side of the bridge. You could fight all around here, go underneath the bridge. It's so much fun. It's a really good part of the map. Along with having like little 2v2s, you could pretty much play in one area of the map and you could limit yourself to that. It makes it really fun to, you know, have a little small battle map to play on, with having good secluded doors that keep everyone in bounds. Another thing about this map, while it's not as important, it still is nice. This is the best map in the game for garden ops. You could quickly get to all where the zombies spawn because they all spawn in different areas of the portal, and by using tech like beam jump, you could quickly get to each area of the map with a lot of obstacles in the way. Is this my favorite map in the world? No, definitely not. There's definitely a lot of maps I like better, but I do not think this map is bad. I don't really think any map in this game is bad. Now there's some that are definitely better than others, but they're all good maps in the end of the day. Kind of like the characters in this game. Every character has something that stands out and is still good. There's not really a bad character in this game. Even characters that don't have as much as others still have some redeeming qualities. And I guess you could say the same about this map as well. That sounded pretty good. I don't even read a script, and that sounded like something out of the back of a book. I'm just saying. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about another map, because it's been a while since we talked about maps. But we're so close to 20k. Join the Discord. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.